Okay. What about in 1985, the first ever winning State of Origin team? You were the skipper. I was only a young whippersnipper playing in that side. What are your memories? What are your memories of the first Origin win for New South Wales?
Mate, the true is, all the players, including you, came from different places. There were some blokes thought they were a little bit better than others or whatever. And I remember sitting down, and even with Benny Elias, a great little hooker, and just saying, fellas, we are one of everything. We can't get this job done unless we respect each other and we go out there and work with each other.
Mate, what do you think about the series being 1-1, this series?
Yep.
2019.
Yep.
New South Wales got beaten the first game. They come back and played so well in the second game. You reckon they'd be itching to play in this one?
Oh, look, absolutely. I've got to say it's great that we see James Maloney playing at 5'8", and now Mitchell Pearce is filling in for
Keary,
yeah. And why I'm saying that, because that's where I came from. But I'm sure those two players, but particularly Maloney, is a great director of play, and I just think he's the man that will get us home.
Queensland would have been disappointed in their second game over there in Perth.
Yes.
They're dangerous when they're wounded, do you reckon?
Yeah. Look, you know what? We've played against Wally Lewis, Mal Meninga, Choppy Close and that, and it was always hard. We played with them for Australia, but we played against them when they were Queenslanders. And on a serious note, when they were out there, they were just enemies.
Yeah.
It just made us go up to the top to,
they handed us
to win
and we
the
handed
game.
them. Do whatever you had to do.
Absolutely.
Mate, some of the pitches we played on back in the day, in the 80s, nothing like this. How would you like to run on this, Dave? Beautiful, isn't it?
Mate, this is absolutely beautiful. And just to see, this is going to be a rectangular stadium, which will look for probably 80,000 plus people there. And it's also in the Sydney Olympic Park. It's right in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind me saying, which is Sydney is the gateway to Australia.
Mate, the centre of excellence over the back there,
Yeah.
the players, what do you make firstly of the centre of excellence? But the players are going to run through and walk through and then run straight onto the ground.
Yeah.
And they go through the tunnel. There's pictures of all the great players.
Yeah.
What do you reckon about that?
Oh, mate. I came in to see Daryl Kelly, who's the CEO there, and I walked down. I see all the. I saw Bobby Fulton and Brad Fittler and
Laurie Daly, yourself.
But plenty of others. And it just gets you pumped up. So, how good was it when we played together back in the 80s? You know.
What about a little bit earlier in the year? You and Tom Raudonikis inducted into the New South Wales Rugby League Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
What did that do for you?
Oh, I was very grateful, and I know that Tommy would be as well. He actually is not doing well at the moment, and hope he can get through it. But it's good to. I'm so, I guess, proud to have been recognised to get on the Hall of Fame, but also for Tom Raudonikis, who played well and truly before State of Origin. You know, so I think his last game might have been would it have been 1980?
I think Tommy only played. He was the first captain of New South Wales in 1980, and Arthur Beetson was the first captain for Queensland.
Yeah.
So I think they only played one Origin, but he would have played plenty for New South Wales.
Let me ask you about Arthur Beetson.
Oh, wow!
What do you think about him as a player? You know, he's a Queenslander.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Beetson?
Arthur is the greatest ball player I've ever seen. I think, in my way of thinking of watching and how hard playing in the front row is, he's the greatest of all time.
Oh.
Arthur. We miss him dearly, as you know. He's not with us anymore.
I know that.
But Arthur Beetson, I actually played in the first game in 1980 in New South Wales under-18s.
Yes, yep.
And I looked at this bloke running out for Queensland with white powder all over him, both taped hands, snot and spit and everything coming out of him. He bashed the whole team that day. You remember that?
Mate.
Him and Tommy made Origin what it is, because a lot of people didn't think Origin would work.
Yeah.
Here we are 39 years later, Steve.
Yeah.
And we've been involved in a lot of games in Origin, and it just makes you proud, doesn't it?
Well, it's unbelievable, but back in those days, they would have had 6 or 7 Queenslanders in the New South Wales team.
Yeah.
All right. I had the privilege to play with Arthur Peterson.
Wow. What do you think of him?
Mate, I think that he's probably the best forward I've seen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, but I'm not.
No,
And I'm
it was,
seriously,
mate, yeah.
yourself
I agree
as
with
well.
you. I agree with you,
But
mate.
what I'm saying is what you can do, but what Arthur can also do is offload the ball.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he can be almost a halfback or on 5'8" or whatever. A really true, great game, a great player for the greatest game of all rugby league.